Well, well. Hello and welcome into the Knicks-Verse. What an annihilation by the New York Knickerbockers over the Washington Wizards in D.C. It was a sold-out night as well, and the crowd was about maybe 40% Knicks fans. They were chanting MVP. They were cheering. They were booing Trae Young on the bench. It was basically MSG Mid-Atlantic is what that was like. It was a fun game to watch. Obviously, when the Knicks, build up a 40-plus lead, it's always going to be fun to watch. They ended up winning by 31. They did allow the Wizards to get across the century mark. They scored 101 points, but it was substantial garbage time late in the fourth quarter from like the 9.5 minute mark on. It was all garbage time. He emptied the benches. Coach Brown did, but the Knicks suffered some injuries, some ankle injuries. Diawara got off to a really hot start in this game. He was looking great. He was active. He did a beautiful crossover. He crossed over Alex Sarr, his French teammate from France. No, they weren't teammates, but his countryman. Crossed him up, did a beautiful finger roll with the left hand at the hoop, and then he hit a clean three-pointer off of a Brunson's spray from touching the paint. But then he went up for a rebound, and he rolled it. He left the game, never came back, so that was a big bummer. And then Josh Hart, he rolled his left ankle, and he limped off to the locker room as well. Now, that's not the same ankle he rolled on Christmas. That was the right ankle, so no concerns about him re-aggravating an ankle that was already kind of weakened. But let's hope that these are mild sprains, that nothing really comes from it, because Knicks play tomorrow, and Knicks are on the hot streak right now. We don't need anything derailing us right now. And also, Deuce McBride, there's been news that he's getting further tests being done to his ankle. They're concerned that it's more than just soreness. So I'm now that makes me very concerned. It's a bummer because it would have been nice to have seen him maybe even compete in the three-point contest. He definitely had a legitimate case if he wasn't injured. So he's injured. So the Knicks are a little banged up right now, but they are also banging other teams up, and no one more so than Karl Anthony Towns. He went completely ballistic tonight. Alex Sarr and Marvin Bagley Jr. The third had no answers for him. They didn't know what to do with him. He was so big. He's so hard to handle. He displayed the nice touch around the hoop that we had gotten used to. It kind of had gone away from him for a little bit. He had this beautiful drive where he just beat his guy down to the basket and just kind of floated it up into the hoop without using the backboard. And I think he got the and one as well. He finished 19 points, 14 rebounds. He was the high man with a plus 30 and plus minus. That is very significant. He was also the high man in the previous game in plus minus. Oh, no, 2 games ago in plus minus. So he is delivering. His offensive game is not quite there. The shooting stroke is not quite there. He missed his first three-point attempts, but then he finally hit a nice three-pointer. I do expect the shot, the efficiency to return soon. I expect it to return soon. He's starting to get comfortable, and I think once we get past this trade deadline, and if he's still on the team, because we don't know what's happening right now. We are within 48 hours of the trade deadline. I think we're within 35 hours of the trade deadline. Knicks are still battling it out to try to get Giannis. So it's going to be interesting to see if those two guys, these two guys right here, will be Knick players after 3 p.m. Eastern time on Thursday. It's going to be fascinating to see that. All right, welcome into the Knicks-Verse. My name is George. If this is your first time here, please subscribe and join the channel. That'd be great. Also, as well, if you've been here many times and you want to support the Knicks-Verse, join the channel. The info's down below. You get access to the halftime reports that are only for members only, and deep discounts on merch. And also, don't forget to check out the merchandise store. Drop your comments, hit the thumbs up button for me, share the video, and let's get into it. Let's go. Love what I've been seeing from these Knicks. I don't even have to read my notes. This was clearly total domination. and as it should be. This is exactly how the Knicks should treat these type of teams. Just don't give them any hope. Suffocate them. The defense, the Knicks defense has just been on point of late. The adjustments that Mike Brown and his assistant coaches made with the defense are totally working. They've simplified the defense. And now the defenders know where the help is coming from consistently. And they know that they have to make the driver, the ball handler, go towards the sidelines or towards the baselines, not towards the middle, which was a Thibs defensive scheme. Thibs wanted us to drive them into the middle so that guys like Ihart and Mitch can swat that ball away. But we don't have those kind of guys playing. Actually, Mitch didn't even play tonight. And Ihart's an OKC. So, and Cat's not going to be your consistent rim protector. That's not his game. But, man, can that guy rebound. He's leading the league in rebounds right now. He is the number one rebounder in the NBA. And Mitch is the number one offensive rebounder in the NBA. So the Knicks got the boards covered. And then they have Josh Hart, number one rebounding guard in the NBA, I think. I know he definitely was last season. I don't know if he actually is, but he is one of the best for sure. So things are clicking right now for these Knickerbockers. It's crazy. They won 7 games in a row. This is the longest winning streak of the season. It actually ties the longest winning streak of the season if they had counted the NBA Cup final. That was the 7-game win streak there. But they don't. So this is the longest one of the season. And tomorrow night they play the Denver Nuggets, who just used up so much energy trying to battle back and win that game in Detroit. It came close. I think they lost by 2 points, 3 points by the end of this. They were once down by 15 or 20 points, I think. So they expended a lot of energy. Djokovic was playing late in the game. So I think hopefully with having to get on that plane and travel to New York tonight, all of this will work in our favor for once, because we were the ones suffering, especially during that road trip, especially since the NBA Cup. After the NBA Cup, we had an insane stretch of games, two or three back-to-backs. The travel schedules were awful, and that's how it is. Every team's got to go through that in some way. Now it's Denver's time, and they were just playing. They're going to play the top 2 teams in the East, back-to-back. That's a tough order. Tough thing to achieve, especially when you consider Joker. This is only his second game back. I think on Sunday was his first game back. So it's going to be a challenge, but either way, you cannot overlook anybody. Obviously, you can't overlook Denver. Obviously, Denver, in my opinion, fully healthy when they get Aaron Gordon back. They actually have a very legitimate chance to beat OKC in a 7-game series. I have no doubt about that. They took them to 7 games last season. Let's see here. What we got going here? Let's check out. I already saw this. Look at this. Mikal Bridges, man. Mikal Bridges in the win over Wizards. He started off a little bit shaky and then just rattled off. I think he made 8 straight. I think he was 0-2 at first. If I'm not mistaken. Either way, 8 of 10. Look at that efficiency. 23 points on just 10 shot attempts. 3 of 4 from the 3-point line. 4 rebounds, 5 dimes from him, 2 blocks. He got some big blocks, and he was a plus 23 in just 26 minutes of play. And then we got Mr. Towns. Mr. Towns, the double-double leader. Karl Towns as Knicks dominate DC for 7 straight win, 19 points, 15 rebounds, 2 steals. Oh, yeah, 2 steals. Beautiful steal he got. On the left side, the opposite side of the court from camera. Got a beautiful steal, was racing up the court, found Josh Hart, who was leaking out and breaking, and Josh Hart got it and gave it right back to Cat for a nice dunk. Beautiful play. Love that. Way to reward the big guy. We need him. We need Karl Anthony Towns big time. And let's check out, like this, Tag put this together, a minute of Cat dunking on Sar. A full minute, which I think this is hilarious. Let's enjoy this here. Put up some little music here. Shout out to the chat. Now I can check out what's going on with the chat right here. Okay, we got Lex the Destroyer in the house. What's up, brother? We got Gideon. What's up, man? G Money. We got El Cid. He says big game coming up on Friday. That's right, Detroit. That's going to be a big game. I want a 9-game winning streak. We got tonight. Take care of business tomorrow night, and then handle our business on Friday. The Friday night Knicks must take care of that game. We must win that game. I'm calling it as a must-win game for many factors. Also, it'll be the first game after the trade deadline. But we must win that game for psychological reasons. Look at that dunk. That was vicious. That was vicious. Oh, these the one just before was tonight. These are other nights. Look at Teg puts this together. That's hilarious. But Cat just eats this guy up. And Sar, 7'1". We got Tony Melendez in the house from Denver. What's up? What's up, brother? Are you a Nuggets? Oh, well, I think you're a Knicks fan, but also probably like the Nuggets. I mean, the Nuggets are great. I mean, how do you not like the Nuggets, honestly? Oh, man, some big trades went down. Big trades. Curious how you guys feel about these trades that happened. At this point, let's see if we can pull this up here. The trades, NBA, the trades. Where's the news? Where is the news? Not this. I don't want this. I want trades. I thought I had it here. Anyway, the major trade that happened was Cleveland and Clippers made a trade. They swapped Darius Garland for James Harden. I can kind of see, and Cleveland had already made a trade for guards. They got Dennis Schroeder and they got Keon Ellis. And now they're adding James Harden. That's a lot of depth for guards. I'm curious how that's going to play out. The contract situation became more favorable for Cleveland because they actually have, I think, a $13 million buyout for the last year of the Harden contract, where Darius's all 3 years were guaranteed into like $45 million or something like that. So, I honestly, I find the trade odd. I don't believe that Harden is the kind of guy that you build your postseason hopes around. He's not. He doesn't have a great postseason track record, and he's older. And by the the gruel of a long season, and if you even advance in the playoffs, how intense that is. He's not Mr. Clutch in the playoffs. He's a good passer, that's for sure. He's a good playmaker. And then we got Donovan Mitchell, of course, and at least he's available because Darius Garland has been sick, has been hurt, not sick, has been hurt. He's out, he's unavailable for long stretches, and maybe his foot injury is worse than we had been led on to believe, and that maybe is why they made the trade. And the other part of it was the Clippers were rolling. They had won 16 of their last 20 games. They had pulled themselves up, and Kawhi Leonard was playing like an MVP player. I mean, he's number 3 in wins above replacement in the NBA right now. And again, James Harden is not. I don't want to use the term like a poison, but that is kind of what he is. He is kind of a poisonous player. He really thinks about himself more than anything, not over his teammates. In Barstool, Cleveland put out this funny tweet, which I want to play for you guys if we can ever get pulled up. Here it is. This is adding James Harden to the Cavs locker room. I don't know if you guys saw this. Yeah, that's what it's going to be like. It's going to be weird. It's going to be weird. I could even see Cleveland moving Harden in the summer if this whole thing turns into the disaster that it could potentially be. I mean, just look at that. He's not a great locker room guy. He's not a great motivator of men. He's not a great leader. and he's not a great player anymore. So what are you getting? You're getting minutes. You're getting minutes, and he does have experience. And who knows? Maybe he'll step it up when he comes to Cleveland. But I can see it working for the regular season to maybe help Cleveland get themselves back into the playoffs. Right now, we'll look at the standings in a bit. I can't remember exactly where they're at. They might be they might be in the play-in, but he could help them maybe secure this 5th or 6th seed. But come playoff time, he's a loser in the playoffs. So I'm really stunned by this move here by the Cleveland Cavaliers. But at the same time, they might have felt like they had to do something because their guy Darius is just not available enough. So here are the standings. Oh, Cleveland is in 5th place now. Yes, well they've won 8 of their last 10, so they were on a roll themselves. So did they really need to do this trade? They've won 8 of 10. Kind of weird that 2 teams that were rolling have made this trade, swapping their point guards. A lot of it had to be financial issues. There were financial issues. Harden was not happy that his final year of his contract wasn't fully guaranteed. And I think it's basically a contract move. And we've seen him do it. We've seen him force trades from the Nets, from the Sixers. He's just that guy. I mean, I think the Cavs have invited disaster into their locker room and onto their roster by trading for this guy. Someone like Kawhi can handle him. Ty Lue and Jeff Van Gundy, that coaching staff can handle him. Their experience, Batum. Clippers have the type of team that can handle Harden's antics. But Cleveland, I'm not so sure. So that was a weird trade right there. The next big trade that happened, what was it? Because that's what I thought I had this already set up. But either way, curious to hear you guys' thoughts on this trade. Too many cooks in the kitchen is absolutely right. Too many cooks. Oh, man. What do you got here? Cleveland. El says a Cleveland stupid trade. Yeah. Slow run. Good trades for Cleveland. Schroeder, Ellis, and Harden. Okay, slow runner. He likes it. I don't like Ellis and Schroeder. Sure, fine. I'm fine with that. Don't have an issue with that. They're acquiring talent. Yeah, it's fine. There was another trade that occurred, which was between. Where is that other trade? Let me get over here. Here we go. Let me see this other trade. Pull this up. Mike Conley got traded. That's right. Here we go. So the Pistons, they add Kevin Huerter, Mike Conley in a 3-team swap. And the trade was Detroit receives Kevin Huerter via the Bulls, Dario Saric from the Bulls, and they get the 2026 first-round protected swap with the Timberwolves. That's what Detroit gets. Chicago gets Mike Conley Jr. from the Timberwolves, and they get Jaden Ivey. So Detroit has, basically given up on Jaden Ivey, which was fascinating. Minnesota receives no players or draft picks acquired. They basically dumped salary, and that only means one thing to me. They are absolutely 100% serious about going after Giannis. They're going to make that Giannis. They're going to try to make that Giannis trade. It's going to be interesting to see how that unfolds, but this definitely can be something interesting for the Knicks. Mike Conley Jr. is the exact type of backup point guard that the Knicks were hoping they were going to get when they looked at Malcolm Brogdon. Well, Conley Jr. has been effective. I'm going to pull up his stats. I'm not sure exactly how he's doing this season, but he's been effective. And I think, there's one reason why Minnesota did this. To get off his salary, and to position themselves in a situation where they can make a move for Giannis. So Connolly, let's see, what's he averaging here? So he's averaging 18 minutes a game. He's played in 44 games, started 9 of them. He's not shooting well at all. He's only shooting 32% from the field, 32% from the three-point line. So basically the same thing. Wow, he's not having a good season. 2.9 assists in 18 minutes of play. That's not very good. Let's see what his defensive stats are. I mean, he's older right now. He definitely is not the defensive player he was once before. All right, we look over here. His defensive win share, a 0.8. Okay, not horrible, not a negative. A 1.5 win share. His defensive box plus minus is 0.8. Okay. So maybe, he gives you some nice defense off the bench. Maybe a change of scenery. Sparks some shooting efficiency to return for him. But he definitely could be somebody, interesting to add at the end of the bench there. And I think because of his the mid-level exception, I think the Knicks could actually afford him. So he would be an interesting addition. Interesting addition to this team right now. Yeah, that would be interesting. Okay. All right. Well, that was the other big trade. I know. Was there another big trade? The Jazz and Grizzlies trade. That was the other big monster one. Oh, man. This was a crazy day already. Yeah, where was it? Let's see. Related. Trade deadline. Yep. Here we go. The Bulls deal Vucevic to the Celtics. Boston receives Vucevic and a future second-round pick. Chicago gets Anthony Simons and a future second-round pick. You know what? Boston, they when they let Cornette go and Porzingis go, they lost a stretch 5. So now they have one back. Nicola's a solid player. I think Cat, he has a tough time matching up with Cat. Cat's going to own him and cook him. So I don't think this really makes much difference for us if we face them in a 7-game series. I don't think it really factors in too much for us. Maybe it helps them with other teams, but not really for us. And then here we go. Here's the big trade. Jazz acquired Jackson Jr. from Grizzlies. Now, Jaren Jackson Jr., from what I was hearing and reading, was the only other guy that was being mentioned in any way, shape, or form as someone else that you might trade a Karl-Anthony Towns for. It's either Giannis or nobody. Or maybe, possibly, Triple J. Well, now Triple J is in Utah, and they're going to pair him with Lauri Markkanen. And they got, who's the other guy? Kessler. That's going to be a really interesting front line. They got Keontae George, who's playing phenomenal. He's probably going to be not comeback player, most improved player of the year. That's going to be interesting. So here's the details of the trade. Utah's getting Jaren Jackson Jr. They're getting Jock Landale, John Koshar, Vince Williams Jr., and Memphis gets Walter Clayton Jr., who was the guy who had the big buckets for the Florida Gators in the NCAA finals last year. They get Slow-Mo, they get Taylor Hendricks, and they get George Niang, big boy Niang, and they get 3 future first-round picks. So now Memphis is loaded. I think they have 12 first-round picks over the next 7 seasons. So they are in a clear rebuild, and the next guy going to get traded is John Morant. There's no doubt about it. John Morant is getting traded next, and it'll be interesting to see what they get for him. All right, here's the Cavs trade. We already talked about this. Kings get DeAndre Hunter. So the Cleveland Cavaliers give up on DeAndre Hunter. Interesting. Very interesting. Oh, boy. And something beautiful did happen. There was a Hawk-Porty three-pointer. That's right. And I think I have the video here. Yes, I do. Yes, I do. Here we go. Here we go. So he took one earlier from this exact spot and bricked it. Nailed that one. Now, remember we saw him attempt one when he was in Westchester not that long ago, like maybe 2 weeks ago, a week ago. Here it is. If he can start adding this to his game, if he can be a 36% three-point shooter, like a legit one, that changes everything about his NBA ceiling and potential. He's long, he's athletic, he's active, he protects the rim, and now you can step out and drill a wide open three. That's gonna look how wide open he is. Now again, this is against the Wizards, but still, this is a beautiful sight to see. A beautiful, beautiful sight. You got to take the beautiful things when they're given to you. That was awesome. All right, let's get into. Let's keep going here. Okay. Here, Mikal Bridges in win over Wizards, 23 points. Oh, I went through that already. Went through this guy. Yeah, we saw this. Here we go. The update from James L. Edwards III. Left ankle for Josh. The right was the one that caused him to miss time earlier this year. He's obviously done for the game with them up 30. Unclear yet how it'll impact tomorrow. And this was, unfortunately, I tweeted this about Diawara. Diawara just rolled his ankle and limped off the court. He continues to impress whenever he enters a game. Mo was off to a great start versus Wizards. 5 points, 2 assists, 2 rebounds in 4 minutes. Then he had to leave. Man. And here, this is interesting. So sources, according to Chris Haynes, veteran guard Mike Conley Jr. isn't expected to stick with the Chicago Bulls. Both sides will work on proper path to move forward. Conley will be a target for a team in need of point guard depth, which is us. Even though Kolek has been giving us some excellent minutes of late, but we do need point guard depth. The biggest news of the night. Jalen Brunson won the Defensive Player of the Game. His first. Oh, man, I thought that was hilarious. Shout out to New York Basketball for putting out the Defensive Player of the Game leaderboard. Look at that. Who's on the bottom tonight? Brunson gets his first one. Kev had one. Trey had one. Even Clarkson had one. Landry had one. Cat has one. Huck Porty's got 2. Deuce 3. Mikal Bridges has 4. Josh has 5. Mitch with 6. And OG with 7. If Mitch played more games, I think Mitch would be clearly on top of this. But, man, that's pretty hilarious. And he deserves it. He stepped in front of so many guys driving with the ball. Took, I think 3 charge calls. Picked up a steal. Got a nice steal, some deflections. He is understanding his role in the defense much clearer now. He doesn't look lost in space anymore. When he flashes, he's doing it with great intent. I'm really it's a big thing. It's a huge thing because if he can step up his defense a little bit, that changes a lot for the ceiling of these New York Knicks. Changes a lot. All right, let's get to. I want to see. Let's get to the stats. All righty, here we go. Well, here's the box score here. The Knicks, 132 to 101. But let's go to this here. Yep, Knicks never were behind. They led by 41 at one point. They went on a 14-0 run in about 90 seconds in that. Was that in the third quarter? Yeah, that was in the third quarter. Great run right there for them. No, second quarter. In the second quarter, when Cat finally hit a 3, it was a lineup of Kolek, Brunson, Shamet, Hart, and Cat, and they were part of that 14-0 run. OG drives and then dunks at one point. Cat steals a pass. We talked about that one. Then Brunson in the second half started cooking because he wasn't that efficient in the first half. Here, the Knicks lost the rebounding battle. But they made a lot of shots tonight. So there weren't that many rebounds for them to have. 54 is a pretty good amount. Look at the assists. 34 assists for the Knicks. Sharing is caring, and there it is. 6 steals, 5 blocks. only 8 turnovers. The Knicks continue to protect the ball. They only had 7 turnovers in the previous game. They shot 52.2% from the field. They shot 46% from the three-point line. Dominated points in the paint, 54-40. And the second chance points was a complete own. They owned the Wizards in that, 21-9. And even in fast break points, all the hustle stats, the Knicks were the destructors tonight. Beautifully done. Here is the box score, the full box score for you guys to check out. OG Anunoby, I should have talked more about him. He was phenomenal. He got the Knicks off to a great start himself. He plays 27 minutes, delivers 19 points, 4 rebounds, a steal, and a block. He shot 3 of 6 from the three-point line. His three-point shot looks like it's back. It's consistent. It's smooth. He's shooting it without any hesitation. Even when guys, even contested ones, he's drilling. I am loving what I'm seeing from OG Anunoby offensively. He just needed one more point. He could add another 20-point game here. Carl, we talked about him already. The 14 rebounds is just phenomenal. Mikal Bridges, incredible efficiency to deliver 23 points on 10 field goal attempts, just phenomenal. And Brunson finishes with 21 points. He is the second highest in plus minus with a plus 32. The highest was Josh Hart with 20 in his 22 minutes of play. Even though he wasn't that efficient tonight, he was 1 of 3 from the three-point line. But look at this, 7 rebounds, 7 assists, no turnovers for Josh Hart, no personal fouls for Josh Hart. That was a very meaningful 4 points that he delivered, plus 34. That was fabulous. And then you got Landry Shamet, who continues to be one of the best 6 men that come off the bench in the NBA right now. In 21 minutes of play, delivers 14 points, a plus 23, 4 of 6 from the three-point line. Every time he shoots it, it feels like it's money in the bank. It feels like money in the bank. And then Mo Diawara, look at this. Beautiful efficiency here. It's sad that he rolled his ankle, didn't get enough play. This would have been a great game for Mo to have continued playing and really work some more things out, discover more things in his toolbox, because he has a bag. Apparently, Mo Diawara has a bag, and it's exciting to watch. Hakporti comes into the game. He picks up 5 personal fouls in 21 minutes of play, but he delivers 12 points himself. Jordan Clarkson got some minutes. Well, no Deuce. Hart had to leave the game. No Mo. So this is a good game. This is why you keep a guy like this around, Jordan Clarkson. I would not just dump him for no reason. I definitely would keep him around because there are nights where he can actually win you a game if you handle him correctly. Defensively, he's still a major liability, but when he's making his buckets, the guy's a rainmaker. So I would keep him around. But Tyler Kolek, look at this. In 21 minutes of play, he only makes 1 bucket, 1 of 7, right? Terrible efficiency. But look at this. 6 dimes, 4 rebounds, and a plus 10 in his 21 minutes of play. He's a plus player, man. He is a plus player. And don't overlook this. The only DMP. Gershon Yabusele. It's sad what's happened with him. I thought it was a good signing in the summer, especially for the money that was available. I thought it was a good signing. It hasn't turned out to be. The Knicks are actively shopping him right now. I wouldn't be surprised if, come 2:55 p.m. Eastern time on Thursday, he's traded for something. Knicks will probably have to attach a second rounder, maybe even 2, to get off that second year of his salary. That's really the big issue here. If he only had 1 year left on his salary, maybe the Knicks wouldn't have to attach a second rounder. So someone's going to have to take him. And it'd be nice to pick up somebody who can really help us at this point. Ayu Dosunmu is somebody I'm interested in. The Bulls have a plethora of guards right now, so I could see that happening. And then there's also Alvarado still being discussed from the Pelicans. And then there's Yves Missi, big guy. He's mobile, active. He's insurance for Mitch and Kat if any time is missed there. So it's going to be interesting to see what Leon Rose does. Remember, Leon Rose never leaks anything. He never leaks a thing. We won't find out until it actually happens. That's just the reality. Though we have been hearing that they have actually been making offers. They made an offer to the Suns for Nick Richards with Yabusele as part of the offer. They turned it down, which I'm kind of glad. I don't believe in Nick Richards. He had like a 10-game stretch once in his NBA career where he looked like an interesting player, and then he's not even playing for the Suns. He's not even playing for them. So, but Yabusele's not playing for us. So, it'd be interesting. But he only has 1 year left on his contract, Nick Richards. So that's the major difference there. But it's going to be fascinating. At this point, I think the odds of Knicks making a substantial trade right now, I would put them at about 12%, 15%. It's been quiet. Giannis, the Bucks have been fielding many offers. The Heat are in on it. Timberwolves are in on it. Who else is in on it? There's one other team that's in on it. There's even thoughts that Cleveland might even be thinking about moving Mobley for him. And then there's the Knicks. The Bucks clearly know what the Knicks offer is by this point. It probably includes these two guys right here. These two guys and some other players. Maybe that 3-team trade that's been not rumored, but was put forth by Sam Quinn from CBS of the Blazers being in the market for Mikal Bridges, and they end up swinging some first-round picks over to the Bucks since the Knicks don't have first-round picks to trade. But at this point, we're not. And also, what I read was the GM is fielding offers, and they've made counter offers. But at the end of the day, the final decision is going to be with the owners. And I think there's 3 different entities of owners, and it comes down to them. It'll be interesting to see if they pull the trigger in the season, because most likely you might be able to get a little more in the offseason. I know the Knicks can offer more. They can offer another draft pick in the offseason, one of their own. Oh, the other team is the Warriors. The Warriors are offering all their picks and Jonathan Kuminga. Now, personally, I think that's utterly fucking ridiculous to trade Giannis for Jonathan Kuminga, who can't even play for the Warriors. He's on the bench, and he's injured, too, on top of that. But Jonathan Kuminga, has there ever been a more mediocre player that's been discussed in trades ever? It's unbelievable. I don't understand it, and I would not understand why the Bucks would do that. The Timberwolves, what they would offer probably be Randall, and who else? I don't know. I haven't seen the rumors on who they've been offering. Does anyone else know what the Timberwolves have been offering? Sid says, according to LeBron, it's harder to play 82 games now than in the 80s and 90s. Yeah, did he expound about that? Yeah, he hasn't expounded about that. All right. Okay. I think we're going to wrap this up. This has been a great show. You guys, I can't wait to read the chat here. It's been pretty robust. We got over 200 in the chat. Thank you guys for joining me here. If you want to support the channel, just join. Super chats helpful. Definitely merch definitely helps as well. Sharing the video helps. Dropping your comments if you're watching this later on. Drop your comments. I read them all, and they help me in case I overlook certain things. Tomorrow is going to be a fascinating day with just hours until the trade deadline. Today was pretty active, which was the first really truly active day in the trading season for the NBA. Tomorrow I'm expecting more of the same. You never know. Maybe the big deal happens tomorrow. But probably if the Bucks do make the trade, do trade Giannis, it's probably going to happen at the very, very end on Thursday when they see these are what the team's final offers are. These are the 4 or 5 final offers that we have in front of us. Can we do better in the summer? If it's a yes, they'll probably hold on to them. If it's a no, they'll make the trade, and one team will get them, and it might be the Knicks. I'm not saying it might not. It might be the Knicks at this point, though. I've had the impression, watching the team, watching the camaraderie that has developed recently, and how they've been look comfortable on the court with each other. It feels like the players have been made aware that no big changes are going to happen. But this is a business, and if the Bucks come back and say, hey, you know what, if you put in Deuce in the deal and this and XYZ, then you got him, because Giannis definitely wants to go to New York. So we'll see about that. We shall see about that. We got a super chat from 81M Roman. What's up? Thank you so much, brother. Thanks for... I appreciate the kind words, man. Let's keep kicking ass. Yes. I want a 9-game winning streak. That's what I want. If the Knicks take care of business tomorrow, which I feel confident they can, and they take care of business on Friday versus Detroit, the Knicks will be 34 and what would the record be? 34 and 18. And they will have now beaten 2 of the top 5 teams in the NBA in a very quick period of time. And they'll probably only be 4 games out of first place. Well, actually, I think Detroit won, so I think we're back to 5.5 behind. No, I think we're 5 behind. Yeah, we're 5.5 behind. So then we'd be 4.5 behind. It'll be right there, striking distance. This was game 50 tonight. There's 32 games left in this season. I'm so thrilled that we got through that dark period. You know, it's like in movies, they call it the dark night of the soul. When your hero, everything your hero has tried has failed, and now they're in a worse position than they were in the entire length of the story. And that's what it felt like when the Knicks had lost 9 of 11. You know, and it was like, what has happened to this team? You know, you guys just won the NBA Cup. You guys your offense was incredible. Then they couldn't make a bucket. Their offense was terrible. Their defense had cratered. They had the second worst defense in the NBA. That was the dark night of the soul. But guess what happens? Out of every dark night of the soul comes the illumination, where your hero realizes what they have to do, the steps they have to take to accomplish their goal in Act 3. We are just beginning. We're not even in Act 3. The playoffs are the true Act 3. But right now, the Knicks have figured something out, and they are rolling with it, and they need to keep this going for as long as possible. I'm excited. I'm thrilled. All right. Thank you, guys. Yes, I'll obviously be doing a show tomorrow. Not sure I'll be able to do a pregame show. Sometimes when these games start, or that extra half hour kind of hurts me, especially with work. But we shall see about that. We'll stay tuned either way. Content is coming. If a trade happens at any time tomorrow, I'll be jumping on. So to be discussing that. So turn on a notification bell. At least for now, at least for this season, for this period of time, turn on the notification bell so you're alerted when I go live. Definitely follow me on Twitter. Put the notifications on there for me as well, because I often announce I'm going live there as well. And let's rejoice. Let's rejoice. All right, I will see you around tomorrow. The Knicks-Verse. Let's go. We got to win the 8th game first, and then the 9th. Let's go. Let's go, Knicks.